peaceful people struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
Oh yes, a lot of you gon' vex, but I tell you, sometimes you just got to listen. There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we suffer. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election, believe it or not. Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah, I told you, it's your boy Padmore. Unity is the key. We are all one and we should be treated as one. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel the rich. It doesn't matter what's your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When a brother cry, we must feel the pain. We're Portuguese, African and Indian. We're Chinese mixed up, we're Amerindians. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome you home. We've got a lot to offer. It's not the same place that you run away from. Come see the paradise Guyana has now become. I'm talking about the one Guyana, where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana, to grow up in a land united and free, with equality and blessed with prosperity. It's a message I just want you to understand. Stop and think for a minute. Really think for a minute. If we can't fix the present, then we should work on the future. Oh yes! A lot of you gon' vex, but I tell you. This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I.
We're ready to go with Courdel Jones. You know it's gonna be real from 8 to 9. Bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Up the day is bright, time to feel the flow. From your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. To the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects, it's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart.
Good morning, guys, and welcome to another episode of Livewire with yours truly, Courdel Jones. As we enter a new week and a new month, morning to all the persons across the 10 administrative regions, morning to all the persons across the diaspora. I hope everybody's doing well today. I didn't go to, but I saw some images from the various Diwali events, really well attended, and also the floats, they were really nice, nicely lit, the designs and those kinds of things. Hearing from persons who were out there for the motorcade, they were happy. The kids were happy with what they saw, and everybody got a deeper appreciation and understanding for the celebration of Diwali, celebrated by our Hindu brothers and sisters here in Guyana. Right. So again, I hope everybody had a wonderful Diwali holiday. And who did not invite me for 7 curry is all good. Let me live like that. Anyway, morning to all the persons in the comment section already. Happy to have you guys here. Thank you for the continued support. Who do we have here? Vishnu Narain, morning to you. Rahim Amarali, Balwant Danraj, Joan Abhijan, morning to you. Lenny Lachman, Imran Ali, Malchan Prem Kumar, good morning to you. Omar Sharif, morning to you as well. Deshaun Abrams, Sunita Sukraj, Derek Drupal, Salome, Dial Sukram, good morning to you, brother. Yumona, good morning to you. I didn't see you here in a long time. Glad to see that you're still tuning in from Kumaka Mines Health Center. Good morning to you. Prasad Pati, good morning. Eunice Raghubir, morning to you. Rafi Khan, Siram Mosley. Shakila Bridgelal, good morning to you. Ricky Knott, Prasad Pati, Narayan Singh, Cecil Ram Prasad. Faisal Ghani, morning to you. Lance Henry, Nadia, good morning. Andrea Matthews from the Lodge area there, Workmanville Lodge area there, morning to you. Sandat, morning to you. Sukandan Bod, Krishna, good morning to you. Daddy Ram, good morning, and the wife and family. Jamila Kayum, good morning to you. Rajendra Singh, Gil Eon, Leslie Mangal, Mohammed Isaf, Ann Hill. Pam, morning to you, and Trevor. Leslie Mangal, morning to you. Vishnu Chintaman, good morning to you. Alonzo Jardine, Daniel Kauchi, morning to you. Richard Stanislas, David Sobrian, Onika Pompey, morning to you. Marvin Minerva Williams, good morning to you. Asif Hamad, Data Nandalal, Gayatri Baldio, good morning. Maureen Razio, Chitra Sokraj, Alan Khan, Anita Williams, Taras O'Brien, Dudnat Pasad, good morning to you. Dionan Suku, Wazim Nabi, I call you already. Romel Shamlal, Romel Shamlal, morning to you. Thank you for the continued support. Right, guys, so a couple of things we want to deal with this morning. I want to go off topic a little bit because I don't really deal with the everyday rigmarole that happening around Guyana. But I don't know how much of you saw this video with a GDF. Morning to Councillor Kevin Day. With a video with a GDF sergeant thieving gas. Oh my God. Look, I don't know what to say. Could you imagine with all that is going on with the Guyana police force, this sergeant still trying luck by still trying luck? Hopefully this will allow for closer scrutiny of the GDF and the Guyana police force resources. I'm also glad that it wasn't a cover-up thing. Well, I can't say it wasn't a cover-up thing because I saw a press release from the Guyana Defense Force that said that they had some tracking software on the bus or the vehicle, and it was based on the fact that I say for truth, buddy, I sorry for it. I feel bad for the man. I mean, I hope. Anyway, they said it was some tracking software that would have, sell out the citation. But my thing is this: think about it, right? The GDF got tracking software on the bus, and they realized that this bus stopped somewhere, so they sent somebody out to see what was going on. Based on the information that I got, the person in the video is a colonel that caught the sergeant. So I'm thinking GDF send the colonel to catch the sergeant in the act based on the information given by this tracker. You got to work on them press releases, GDF. That's all I say. Right? I don't think the coroner will be the first person to be sent out there to address this matter. Right? So I think the sergeant was caught stealing the gas, and y'all deal with it and just try to monitor the resources that you have better. And listen, these things happen. There are procedures and disciplinary action. They could do it, and let me move forward. Right? I feel so sorry for the sergeant. I mean, and that's like the end of his career in the GDF. You understand? That's the end of his career. He's a sergeant already. So imagine you are at a managerial level, and I'm just suggesting people think before we make rash decisions that we can't take back what the outcome will be. Right? We can't take back what the outcome will be. So yeah. That's that, and let me move on. Special good morning to Tracy Martindale. Just a second, folks. Yeah, special good morning to Tracy Martindale in Region 7. Now, let's jump into it. We got a lot of things to discuss. So, first of all, I want to jump over to our teachers. And I just wanted the general public to be aware, because sometimes the information may not be presented by the relevant authorities, right? And I just want persons to understand what is happening in Guyana, have a better understanding that it's a process, and despite what you may be hearing, the government is working to make things better in terms of working conditions, salary for all Guyanese, more so teachers. So when you hear persons from the opposition say, or Melagosai morning to you, happy birthday belatedly to Miss Renetta Small. I didn't get the invitation to your party, but happy birthday belatedly, right? So when you hear persons from the opposition telling you that, oh, they're treating teachers so terribly, nothing going on for teachers, all the craziness that you can get from the opposition, right? I just want to share with you, to have a deeper understanding of where teachers are going and the efforts the government is making. Now, we're going to be looking at teacher salary increases and what they will be by 2026 under the PVP administration, right? Now, based on the calculations and the trajectory that the government is on, by 2026, public school teachers in Guyana will see an accumulative 57% in their increase in their salaries. And this was a commitment made by the current administration. Now, starting in 2021, teachers received an annual salary increase of 7% in 2021 and 2022. In 2023, they got 6.5%. In 2024, 10%. In 2025, 8%. And in 2026, 26%. Now, the 2024 to 2026, that will cover the agreement which was just not too long ago solidified between the Ministry of Education and the Guyana Teachers Union, right? So we can safely calculate what the increase will be in 2026. This has already been agreed upon. You don't got to wait on no budget presentation. You don't got to wait to hear from no Minister of Education. This is already agreed upon between the Ministry of Education and the GTU for the next 3 years. Right? Now, notable growth in salaries in certain key positions like untrained graduate teachers. Right? So their current salary is, well, the salary grew from $57,443 in 2020, and it will be for an untrained graduate teacher in 2026, according to the multi-year agreement between the Ministry of Education and the GTU, $248,000 by 2026. A trained graduate teacher, right, will see an increase from $175,995 to $277,882 by 2026. A graduate head of department will move from $210,340 in Guyanese currency every month to $332,110 every month. Graduate head teacher, B grade school, increased from $261,843 to $413,429. Graduate head head of sixth form school, $294,913 to $465,644. You understand? So this is just to show you the efforts the government is making to move teachers forward. Move teachers forward, despite what you're hearing from certain quarters. Now, an adjustable clause in the agreement with the Guyana Teachers Union means teachers could receive a higher raise if additional public sector wage adjustments are implemented. So what does this mean? Now, everybody knows the government at the end of the year gives a salary increase across the board to public sector employees. So let us say this year, 2024, now the teachers already know what their increase is. Mind you, the teachers will also be benefiting from that retroactive increase at the end of the year. Will they? Most likely. Not too sure, but most likely they're public servants. So it's a case like this. If this year the government says you're giving 15% or 13% to public servants, the agreement for teachers was for 10% for 2024. That additional 3% will be paid to the teachers. So public servants get 13. The agreement was for 10, right? For teachers. At the end of the year, when the public servants get the 13, the additional 3% the teachers will get. Right? So that is embedded in the contract. Now, many teachers will see increases exceeding the minimum 57% due to adjustments in allowances, salary scale placement, and benefits added by the government. President Irfan Ali has indicated that similar increases are being considered for all public servants who could see a total compound increase of 50 to 60% over the 2021 to 2026 period. So again, we're seeing the government addressing everything that the opposition said they were overlooking. So they got high inflation and all this other stuff. People need more money. The government is implementing salary increases incrementally so that we don't fall into a situation like Venezuela or some of those other oil-producing countries that looking very terrible. We want to be like Dubai. You understand? Producing oil, the place. Could you imagine Dubai actually build an indoor snow facility in this desert country? So we need people who are interested in propelling Guyana forward, interested in having the citizens benefit from the resources of Guyana, and persons who are able to manage those resources sensibly. What can we contrast any of the initiatives by this administration to in relation to the former administration? Salary increases, housing, health care, education, tourism, whatever, whichever oil and gas, gold, lumber, whichever sector you'd like to, look at. They have performed horribly. They have performed horribly. So you see the effort by the government. Now, the PPP administration is utilizing Guyana's expanding wealth to support teachers, nurses, and public servants, aiming to elevate salaries to levels on par with those of developed countries. These initiatives by the government are a part of a broader plan to enhance the quality of life for Guyanese families through direct economic support and educational benefits. Right? This showcases to me the government's proactive approach to teachers' remunerations and its strategic commitment to strengthening public services in alignment with the country's economic growth. So teachers are doing well here in Guyana, and they will continue to do well as the government implements more policies so that they can benefit. The government has steadily agreed to salary increases for public servants and was more than willing to negotiate with teachers through the GTU. However, we had some evil spirits. Yes, I'll say that. Some evil spirits within the GTU that tried to corrupt the whole scene. But it was good that better sense prevailed, and certain persons in the GTU didn't allow those evil spirits to continue with the nonsense. So at least I'm glad teachers will have their salary increase. They're experiencing their first salary increase already. And by 2026, they will have experienced more than a 50% increase in their salaries. And whenever the CCJ make the decision in relation to the strike action in terms of you getting paid not to be at work, it will be a little easier on you because you have more money than you had before. So when people collect back the money that teachers would have collected under false pretense during the strike, because you're not at school, you're being paid to teach, you're being paid to impart knowledge. You are not at school during those times. Those 30 days or how much ever days you are protesting out on the street. So whenever it comes down, because logically anybody could tell you, as a business owner, how am I paying a staff who's not there? How am I paying a staff who's not there? And a lot of times, people feel they could get away with certain things because it's the government. And that's the honest truth. That is the honest truth. That's my honest opinion. A lot of people feel they could get away with stuff because of the government. There's no way teachers at a private school would have tried that. You understand? There's no way there's no way teachers at a private school could try that. You're employed for a salary. You want a salary increase. So you decide to strike outside the school. And then at the end of the month, you're expecting the owner of the school to still pay you like you were in the classroom doing with the people paying the school fees to the children for. Out of your mind. Completely out of your mind. So I don't know. Whenever the judgment is handed down, I'm glad at least y'all will have an increase so that the money that will have to be taken back will not hurt you as much. And that's the truth. That is the truth. Y'all are crazy to think that that deer could fly. You strike, in go to work and want pay. I gotta try that. I think I need to try that. Strike, not go to work and demand salary, and then go to court and say, Justice Sandel could soon set the precedents. Because, yeah, the teachers get paid. I want to get paid too. You understand? I want to get paid too. Anyway, let me move on. Now, the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Dr. Bara Jagdeo, called for national unity, and he warned against divisive politics. Now, this call was made at his press conference on Wednesday, and just to remind you, it was only shifted to Wednesday because of the holiday yesterday. So next week, it will be on Thursday, 2 p.m. as normal, right? Now, Dr. Jagdeo emphasized the importance of unity across ethnic and cultural lines, urging young Guyanese to resist these divisive narratives and promote a unified, harmonious society. He accused the PNCR-led APNU AFC coalition of using negativity, especially targeting youth, to undermine the country's progress and social cohesion. Now, Dr. Jagdeo appealed to young people to focus on positive messaging and beware, I should say, of divisive tactics that seek to disrupt the peace and harmony Guyana has enjoyed, right? Dr. Jagdeo highlighted the PPP's commitment to inclusivity, aiming to empower young people to shape their futures without succumbing to the division of politics. He also urged not only political leaders, but also religious and civil society groups to promote messages of unity and positivity. I mean, let's be real. Based on what you hear from certain quarters, GHRA, PNC, AFC, and certain media entities, nothing is going well in Guyana, right? You would think Guyana is like, anybody ever seen Mad Max, Fury Road? You would think we live in a society like that where everything just gone crazy. The Guyana is a barren wasteland with nothing going on. Persons living in in squalor and just nothing happening for anybody. Nothing happening for anybody. If you listen to what people are saying out there, you would think the General Secretary is we name Martin Joe? The guy with the white hair and the thing who controlling all the mother's milk and the water. You would think that going on here, where State House or the office of the president is the palace for Martin. Is we name something Joe, right? And that's how the government of Guyana distributing resources, losing water out whoever catch, and hanging everything for themselves. But that's not the case. So when people like Danny Rambisram and his wife come back to Guyana the other day, they might have been thinking, based on what they were seeing in the US, that, pardon on a live program, I'm going to call you back. Yeah, they would have been seeing jeez. So like I was saying, just like when Danny Rambisram and his wife came to Guyana, they may have been in the US hearing all these horrible things about Guyana. Oh God, the discrimination and marginalization. All the roads broke up, everything terrible. Oh God, they're robbing you. Oh no, all this stuff that you're hearing. But when you actually come on the ground, it's a different story. It's a completely different story. So people are not that easily fooled anymore. And a lot of persons are saying, you know something? Let me come and see what's going on myself. more so the youths are not in that kind of mentality where they're just believing anything. Because social media, you understand? They got Google. So some of the stuff that you tell them, they could go and check. They can go and check. And they could see, well, okay, this man lying here. This man lying to me. Right? No, Dr. Jagjo cautioned the youth to be aware of historical revisionism, highlighting the importance of understanding Guyana's history to appreciate how far the country has progressed. The General Secretary stressed that as Guyanese experience rapid growth due to the oil sector, preserving social harmony is essential to ensuring shared prosperity. Now, the General Secretary's statements portrays the PPP as a stabilizing force committed to national unity, contrasting the opposition's divisive approach. Dr. Jagdio's message underscores the importance of young preserving national unity amidst political transformation. Right? The opposition not winning any hearts and minds with the kind of politics that they're practicing. Right? They're not winning any hearts and minds. Whilst everything may not be 100% perfect, there's a vast difference from what we had to what we had during the last government to where we are right now. You understand? There's a vast difference. A vast difference. So I would encourage persons to be genuine about what's happening in the country. I'd ask the opposition, if you're going to raise issues, raise genuine issues. Raise issues that people can get behind. Don't be making yourself a fool around the place with nonsense that people could debunk easily. You should be ashamed. A lot of these people are lawyers and doctors and economists and listeners and researchers and all these fancy things. So then you tend to wonder, like, what tertiary education failed them? What's going on? Some of these things is common sense. But I reiterate, Quincy Anderson often says common sense is not so common. You understand? It's not so common. Anyway, let's move on. Now, I wanted to take some time to look at the government family-centered benefits funded by the oil wealth. Right? Again, you often hear from certain quarters that Guyanese ain't getting nothing. According to Sherrod Duncan, he pumping, but he ain't feeling. You remember? He's pumped, but he ain't feeling. I don't know what's going on with his sensitivity or, but he pumping, but he ain't feeling. And when you pump, you're supposed to feel. Y'all remember? Yes. Look, anyway, so, Lars. Now, let's look at first income tax deductions for families. Starting bright and early next year, so we in November, the 1st November, December, January, parents can claim a 10%, a $10,000 monthly income tax deduction per child. Right? Providing $120,000 in annual relief for each child. The measures benefit around 205,000 families, leaving them with more disposable income. That's one section. Families receive $40,000 per school-age child each year through the Because We're Here grant, plus a $5,000 uniform voucher, helping parents to cover essential school-related expenses with tax deductions. This adds up to $165,000 in yearly support for a school-age child. And I'm saying to y'all, by 2025, next year, when there's the reading of the budget, I'm absolutely sure that amount will increase. Absolutely sure. Right? Again, from January 2025, tuition fees at the University of Guyana and other state-run vocational institutions will be eliminated. This substantial relief reduces higher education costs of families, enhancing accessibility and future opportunities for young Guyanese. So the cry of, I can't afford UG, is gone. The cry of, I can't go to GTI or GITC or whichever one of the Carnegie or the School of Agriculture to learn something to make myself more marketable has gone. Right? People have no reason not to upskill and upgrade themselves, make themselves more marketable for the jobs that are available now. Right? Now, approximately 102,000 students receive meals through the government's program, which eases food costs for families and ensures children have access to nutritious meals. Right? Working parents receive 50,000 subsidy per child for childcare expenses, supporting around 700 children in 2024. This allows parents to better manage work-life balance. Children under 18 and seniors over 65 can access free eye testing vouchers and spectacle vouchers, promoting eye health and reducing healthcare costs of families. The government is using oil revenue strategically, people, for both infrastructure and family-centered benefits. So when you hear Aubrey Norton saying, oh, the people can't eat road, nobody's expecting them to eat roads, idiot. Nobody's expecting them to eat the roads. But they got to use the roads to get to wherever the hell else they got to go. Whether it's work, hospital, school. How they reach in? Were they jumping on your back or what PNC got hovercraft nobody ain't know about? They got to use the roads. And whilst they're using these roads to get to work, school, hospital, vacation, wherever they're going, you understand? The government is still ensuring that other sectors and other areas are benefiting from some sort of relief or assistance. But when you got the tunnel vision that is so prevalent in the PNCR, you don't see the bigger picture. You don't see the bigger picture. So you get flyers like what they've been releasing in the past, basically telling you they're going to do what the current government already doing. They're going to build this stadium. They're going to build the $400,000 threshold. Y'all remember that one? They're going to make the minimum wage $400,000. You see we heading to be the next Venezuela under the PNC, APNU, AFC. Madness. Madness. Mind you, there's no in-depth discussion of how they're going to sustain a minimum wage of $400,000. Imagine. Think about it this way. These people scared about hyperinflation with $100,000 cash grant. Right? They're scared of hyperinflation with or increased inflation or hyperinflation with $100,000 cash grant. Yet they are saying to the Guyanese people, we are raising minimum wage to $400,000. So they plan to put 300% more than the 100,000 the government putting into the economy. And nothing will go wrong with their 300% more than 300% more than the 100,000. Nothing will go wrong there. Mind you, We have not heard a detailed plan on how they expect to, where they getting the money from, how they implementing it, probably how they gonna keep up the infrastructural trust and that kind of thing that's going on, new housing schemes and all these things. You're not hearing anything about that. How they're going to maintain all of that with this 400,000 minimum wage, but worried about the government 100,000. In some quarters, you're hearing people say we need to get 1,000,000. I look, listen, I really don't know what to say about these people sometimes. It's really ridiculous. But at the end of the day, I want to remind persons that these measures by the PPP government are, or I should say, highlight the government's focus on supporting working families through recurrent benefits like tax deductions, education, and health care. And this is showing a commitment to sustainable family-focused development. And that was something we were lacking seriously 2015 to 2020. So I am not worried based on what I've been seeing the government doing. Again, everything may not be 100, but give me an example of where a country where everything is 100. Any example, one country, right? And in some cases, it's not the government that causing the issue or the government behaving bad. So the government will be blamed for the sergeant thieving the gas, right? Oh, you're not looking at the GDF, but the government has sent the sergeant to thief the gas. The Minister of Home Affairs and send this man to thief no gas. Nothing of the sort. He do he thing, right? But the blame will fall on the government. That's how they stay. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I got Richard. I got check the time for that to see if I could get down there in time. I am all the way over the river. But anyway, like I'm saying, the government of Guyana has been working hard to keep a balance between infrastructural development and benefits to the citizens. They have maintained, as I said before, the end of year salary increases to public servants. They have been grants that have been disbursed. There have been grants to the business community. I don't even need to mention the infrastructural work that is going on around the country in terms of roads, hospitals, schools, and these sorts of things around the stadia, all around the country. Right? So the government has been balancing that developmental thrust so that persons can see development. And as Sherrod, despite Sherrod saying he ain't feeling, they could feel development if they were pumping. But well, because we pumping, the government is pumping oil. So people want to feel it. And I maintain, you box your memory banks and think about what your experiences were 2015 to 2020. Ask yourself, how did I benefit? How did I benefit? This is not a selfish question. This is not making you conceited or nothing of the sort. It's a legitimate question as a citizen of a country. How did I benefit? Because you would have voted for a government to go to manage the country and the country's resources for the what's the best term to use? For the best outcome for the citizens, or to the benefit of the citizens of Guyana. That's what you'd have voted a government in there to do. So you asking, okay, 2015 I gave my vote to the coalition government. How did I benefit? If you will benefit, ask yourself again, how my family benefit? If your family in benefit, ask yourself again, how my community benefit? How did my community benefit? If I'm living in Sophia, how did Sophia benefit under this administration? What can I look at and say, hey, yes, this year I will benefit from this in some way, shape, or form? Then you contrast that to now, this 2020 to today, the 1st of November 2024, and ask yourself again, how have I benefited? What benefit with? You understand? Do I have a child or children that I'm receiving monies for? Do I have a child or children that come 2025, I can be receiving, look, it's only because this girl is not public servant. I got a friend, 5 children. 5. They got some, Jesus. They got some people with one set picnic. It's like they half their salary gonna go back to them when it's done. You understand? How have I benefited? Everybody in the joint services should never support the PNC AFC coalition. APN, you should never. You understand? How have you benefited? Your 1 month bonus was deemed as a bribe. Imagine, we can't ask Christopher Jones or Aubrey Norton or Rizal Ford or Annette Ferguson or Rickford Bork or Mark Benchcorb or Sharisha Duncan or Pisson David Patterson or whoever to go and defend our borders and maintain law and order in this country on a daily basis. They end up on that. It's Guyana police. We can't ask them to go and put out no fire. We can't ask them to manage the prisoners or whatever, you know. We can't ask them to do that. They ain't gonna know about it. They ain't gonna depend on that. Because that those jobs are blue collar, they're not white collar jobs. So they ain't gonna want to do it. So could you imagine the people who we will have to turn to say, hey, go and look after Guyana's sovereignty. Back off them Venezuelans, so they take away the bonus because it's a bribe for them. The police who running around the place, running down the criminals and maintaining law and order and, you know, functioning properly whenever they do. Take away the bonus as a bribe for them. You understand? So again, how have you benefited? How have you benefited under this administration? The amount of teachers that in CPC that's studying now and upgrading themselves free of cost through the Gold program. How have you benefited? Are you going to be able to go to the ministry and ask some more money because of this free course that you take? The people who are going through the BIT program, free of cost, plus being paid a stipend to learn. How have you benefited? The people who are benefiting from the resuscitated apprenticeship program under this administration through the Ministry of Labor, the Honorable Joseph Hamilton. How have you benefited? How have you benefited? The people in Linden who work with the bauxite company, who work in gold mining, who work in the lumber claims and those kinds of things. The fact that the administration put back the labor office in Linden, so you didn't have to bring yourself out the interior to Linden, then bring yourself to town to just address your matter. How have you benefited? Persons who are working at the call center in Linden that was reopened by this administration, how have you benefited? The persons in Fitzhope, the squatters who, I apologize. Those landowners now who are squatting in Fitzhope, who are regularized by this administration, how have you benefited? Huh? How have you benefited? Have you moved from the organized squatting that German Figuera had y'all doing in Linden all the time? Organized squatting, organized illegality, and get that. That's what you get from the PNC, AP, and UAFC. Organized illegality. So they have organized illegal behavior, and that is an accomplishment. I remember Minister Rodriguez in Linden when the first titles were being handed over to those persons who were squatting in that area. And Jorman Figueroa got on the mic and, oh, we have organized squatting here, and nonsense. What's organized squatting? So if I organize a bunch of people to go around thieving, that make it okay, Jermaine? What nonsense you're telling people? Morning, Sally. I know if you're in Tonga or if you're in Morocco, but morning to you. Morning to my partner in crime too. I see you getting big. You gotta bring you out. Right? So ask yourself, how have you benefited? All of those youngsters in Linden that dominate at the school, the interregional school games or wherever, the track and field specialists in Linden. Linden produces a lot of runners, football players, and things like that. How have y'all benefited? Are y'all going to have access to a synthetic facility in your region? Are y'all going to have access to FIFA standard turf in your region? The persons who don't like football and track and field and might like cricket in Linden, are y'all going to have access to a World Cup facility in Linden? How have you benefited, athletes of Linden, residents of Linden? How have you benefited? Are you going to be benefiting from a 4-lane bridge linking Wismar and Mackenzie? Are you going to be benefiting from not waiting at the bridge for 20 to 30 minutes every time you got across, whether it's rush hour or any time, because it's a single lane and only one lane of traffic could pass at a time? These are the questions y'all need to ask yourselves when you're confused about, what's going on in this country or who you should support. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. All those persons, those 40,000+ persons who already get the house lot in this first period of the Irfan Ali presidency, how have you benefited? Could you imagine others, less than 8,000, no new scheme? So schemes prepared by the Ramutar administration about to be handed out, they come in, take over, and only share out 7,000 plus, less than 8,000 house lots in 5 years in one region. Bartitians, how have you benefited? Are y'all in receipt of a new housing scheme under construction currently? Bartitians, are y'all benefiting from infrastructural works in terms of upgrade to community roads? The indigenous communities in Region 7, how have you benefited? Internet, wherever you need, it did. LCDS funds. Did the opposition come up with that initiative to give villages millions of dollars every time Guyana receive money for carbon credits? These are the things we have to think about. Contrast then and now. Then and now. We had no new major highway in 5 years. Not a resurfacing of one, not a new major one. In less than 4 years, we have a whole new highway, a whole new 4-lane bridge that's about to connect it, that linking East Bank with East Coast, West Bank with East Bank. Right? You have the resurfacing of the Linden Suez like highway. I keep saying to y'all, if these people didn't even want to maintain things named after their founding leader, Linden Tongue, Linden Highway, Burnham Boulevard, Burnham Avenue, anything that is named Burnham, Linden, Forbes, anything was left to wither away. You understand? So it's the Maconians and this woman, imagine Nima benefiting from good roads that your own party even want bill. Richard, we can't see a man's get banned from public appearance. You want Aubrey trip out on her? Well, last you see a man's or Rice deal, they break from the ranks. So they can't come out and play the talking. No, Aubrey silence them. They could show up for 1 and 2 pictures, but don't speak on anything. Don't you dare do it. Guys, pass Aubrey. Nonsense. Anyway, guys. So again, when it comes to you deciding how you're gonna vote next year, how you feel about what's going on in this country, look around. Look around. Literally, and maybe Monday I will do it. Literally. Where I live now, I can literally go on my veranda, look outside, and they got a pump station building right there next to me. That is what I'm asking you to do. You go out on your public road. I mean, look, if you're living in an area where they got thing, go out on your public road or in the community that you live in and look around and ask yourself, how have I benefited? What happened? What did it do for me? My road smooth. I got extension of road. We got security cameras so that I could feel more safe. What? Right? And I'm 99% sure that everybody could find some way or form that you got something now that you didn't have 2015 to 2020. You have something now that you didn't have 2015 to 2020. Right? Anyway, guys, that aside, happening today at 5 p.m. at the East Rumveld Community Center, there will be a community awareness meeting. Now, this will be facilitated by the PVP councillors at the Mayor and City Council. So, people like Councillor Dan Singh, Councillor B. Pat, Councillor Jacobs, Councillor Chase Green, Councillor Ashby, Councillor Young, Councillor DeArmas, Councillor Ishfiani. Those people will be there for you to talk to and learn more. Melissa, April, you want to come on the program and share your thoughts so we can understand where you're coming from, or are you just making some empty statements here? This is not the platform that ignores persons with differing views. We invite you on to express yourself, right? Let me see where Melissa April living. Let me see who's, and I guarantee you this is somebody not in Guyana, you know. Let me see. Let me go. Let me check you out. Let me check you out. I don't even know which platform she's looking at me on, so I can't even check. But Melissa, again, let me give you a chance. I want you to say unfair. That's the number on the screen. If you have a valid point to make, or you have something you think that you could counter what I've been saying that is actually happening in Guyana, I'm inviting you to call the number now and express yourself. Right? You'll get a fair hearing, but you gotta listen to me when you're done too, because back and forth conversation. Right? But until then, Melissa. Right? So look at you, how much you got pay. PPP is not good for our country. Okay. But look, Melissa, Granger wasn't good for this country. Granger was danger. When have you seen this amount of young people being upskilled? When have you seen this amount of infrastructural development in this country? Under the PNC, AP, and AFC, when did we have as much Afro-Guyanese contractors? Since the PVP is so bad for Guyana, who we should put? Aubrey Norton, Melissa? That's who we should put, Aubrey Norton. And again, this coming from people who got this mentality that because you're Afro-Guyanese, you have to jump behind the idiocy of the so-called Afro-Guyanese party. How could you deny the foolishness that was done 2015 to 2020, Melissa? Why you can't find this lady? Let me see. I want to see if you're living in Guyana. Oh, I see you. I'm gonna carry it to Melissa Page. She look local. She look local. Hold on. You know them people who there's only got like a headshot to themselves. Then why you see the rest of them? Let me show you Melissa. So Melissa is not even somebody objective to say, well, oh, I'm looking at this from an objective point of view, right? Look at this. Look at this. Look. Who's this here? Local government elections 2023, Kanji Bridge to Smithfield. So Melissa was supporting the guy. This is from her page. This is the guy who tried to move the motion to have Miss Bagot out of the New Amsterdam Town Council. Right? So I'm thinking Melissa's probably from Borbies. Most likely. Most likely Melissa from Borbies. But Melissa, I understand that in Borbies there, as I should say New Amsterdam, in the New Amsterdam area. How have you benefited, Melissa? Is there flooding in the commercial district now when there's heavy rainfall? Is there flooding there in the commercial district when there's heavy rainfall? Or was that addressed? Oh, skies! Look, my girl, boy. Look, my girl, boy. Look, my girl, boy. Now I understand what's going on. I understand why you vex. But you gotta vex. You gotta vex from within. Is the PNC Troll Granger not really, not me? The people of Guyana vote you out, and then the PNC throw you out by themselves. You understand? You. Oh, Mel. Anyway, man, I hope you get some business. I hope you apply for a grant for your nail place. If you're a nail technician or a cosmetologist, and you're able to so tiger. Anyway, look, let me leave this lady alone. What's this? No woman goes to a man with a bad attitude. It's the behavior of the man that changes the woman. Anyway, me even touch though. Yeah. This lady ain't that important. What? Public meeting Calcutta? What? Look, these people is trouble. Anyway, like I was saying to y'all before Melissa come in with your foolery, right? This afternoon, the councillors have a community awareness meeting. The PVPC councillors of the Mayor and City Council of Georgetown. There's only one city, so the City Council. So come out, find out about the plans and the things that you can benefit from. Sometimes it's just a case where persons are not aware of the things they can benefit from, and courses, anything. Come out, find out. These guys will be able to talk to you and walk you through the paces and that kind of thing. And happening today, 5 p.m. at the East Rumville Community Center. So for the persons in the area, the persons who were able to attend, hopefully I see you guys out here this afternoon. Right? That's all the time I have for you with you guys here today. And Marlon Boyce is late, but still you'll be able to rewatch the program. Right? Thank you for coming late, Marlon. At least you come still. Better late than never. Anyway, guys, y'all be good out there. Look out for the people on the roadways who are not looking out for you. What's it with these missing children? It's like every day or every 2 days a different child going missing. I must say, what is this young lady thing? Hold on. I must say I was really happy when these parents decided to talk to people properly and not get people vexed. The networks need to come and upgrade this internet connection. Darn things so fuzzy. Yeah, just a second. Let me get the right thing. Where is it? So all the parents of the missing children need to be like these parents here. All the parents of the missing children. So yeah, the parents of Miss Ambrose, I was happy that it didn't just, we find shit. Because I mean, you bring people into your stress. Well, don't let me call it stress. Into your problem. So people share the thing, trying to find out what's going on and that kind of stuff, helping you locate the young lady. And then some parents just post, we find them. These parents acknowledge the persons who help. They gave us an idea of where this young lady was and some sort of idea who she was with. And the fact that they have been continuously trying to give the young lady everything she needs and whatnot and that kind of thing. So I was happy that they let us know, what was actually going on. I was happy about that. Anyway, guys, like I said, I'm out of here. Y'all have a great day. Continue to be good Guyanese. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all